Howdy fellow YouTubers, my name is BobStrait, and today I'm going to talk to you about Battlefield 4's current state as a video game. Now, this video comes with the recent update to the servers, revision 30. Now, in this server update, you don't actually have to download anything. It's a server update, it's not client-side. With this update, the most noticeable thing that I think is the change of the cone of fire of the active radar missiles, which means you have to get closer to your target for the active radar missiles to just whoop onto target. And I personally have used the AA gun, and it is a lot harder to hit things with active radar missiles now. They dumbed it down from 5 to 2%, which is a lot. There's a lot of other things that they changed in this update. If you want to see the actual update stuff, I will put a link to the battle log thread so that you can read everything that they changed. One of the bigger things is that now if you're using a bullpup weapon, these bullpup weapons now have let me read it so that I don't get it wrong. Bullpup weapons with one-time sight should now all properly benefit from increased movement speed while aiming down the sight. Now, why is this important, you may ask? Well, bullpup weapons, as of before this update, sucked. They were really, they were really bad. They didn't really have the accuracy to back up all the stuff. They had horrible recoil, and the only thing that they really had going for them was their hip fire. And now, when you have a one-time scope on it, you now can move while you have a bullpup weapon. And the reason for this is bullpup weapons actually have all the action going back towards the back of the weapon. Therefore, the gun is a lot easier to hold. So realistically, this makes a lot of sense. Now it's time for the super critical stuff. Battlefield as a game right now is pretty atrocious. The launch was horrible. And we're out of launch window now. It's like 6 months down the road, man. Where have you guys been? In the past, I have blamed EA, and it is still kind of their fault. But DICE has had 6 months to fix what's wrong, and way back when they said that they would stop making expansion packs until the game was fixed, and doesn't look like they're doing that. They've been pumping out expansion packs like a rabbit in the heat. Come on. So the first thing that I have to address, and basically everyone has to address, is the netcode, aka the lag in between, you know, us doing things in the game, showing what's happening, basically seeing what's happening. And as of right now, what you see is not what the game sees, ever. Very rarely does that ever happen, where, you know, you shoot and you get a hit marker. Like, now, what I'm saying by that is, it's usually delayed by, like, just a tiny millisecond. In Battlefield 3, it was instant, and the netcode in Battlefield 3 was kind of bad. But the netcode in Battlefield 4 is even horrible. Now, saying this doesn't mean you don't get hit markers. It's just a little bit delayed, and that just drives me nuts constantly. And another thing about the netcode is the knifing. The knifing in this game, you may as well, if they're not laying on the ground, don't knife them, because you will get counter-knifed. This has happened to me 3 times tonight. I'll go to knife someone, and the game will spin them around, and now they just counter-knifed me. They weren't facing me, but it'll just spin them around, and then they knife me. I don't get this mechanic. I would be okay with counter-knifing. 100% okay with counter-knifing if the netcode was not as atrocious as it would be. If I saw that the dude wasn't facing me, I should get that kill. Like, I would say 50 to 60% of the time when I go to knife someone, they just whoop, spin around and kill me. This is like, I can't deal with it, okay? Rubber banding. If you don't know what rubber banding is when you're running or something, and the netcode says that you're here, but you're actually right here. And it has some kind of conflict with the Battlefield 4 client where you go bloop and you bloop back and then bloop forward and then bloop back and then bloop forward. And this is not as disruptive as it is, especially in jets. This can make a good jet pilot crash into the ground. That's how bad this mechanic is. I don't know how to express my feelings about this, man. This is, words elude me for how angry I am at the game for just taking my kills. Because when your plane does that, just when your plane does that, man, it throws off where you're shooting. And it sucks. So realistically, other than the netcode, there isn't a whole lot that's wrong with this game. There's a few balancing errors here. There's a few like glitches where you can't shoot through like trees and stuff. I don't know what that's about. I have a few clips, by the way. Funny one, fail, number whatever the next one is. So last but not least, I'm gonna talk about what DICE needs to do now. Me personally, think that they need to drop everything. Drop, making new guns. Stop making new expansion packs. Just stop everything. You need to stop everything and fix the netcode. If you fix the netcode, people will stop bitching. More people will buy your game. It would be a fantastic experience, but DICE is ruining Battlefield 4 by keep putting out new stuff when they haven't fixed the old stuff. This makes no sense. What business plan is this where you have a shitty product and you just keep adding to it? Now, this does not mean that I am not a Battlefield fan. I will forever be a Battlefield fan. Battlefield is where a lot of stuff in my life has started. I have an emotional attachment to Battlefield. Some would say I'm in a relationship with Battlefield. I would say you're right. Even with all of the glitches that this game has, I would still recommend it to anyone. If you have 100 hours in a game and you wouldn't recommend it to people, then you are a crazy person and deserve to be treated as such. If you have any questions about Battlefield, please leave your question in your comment in the comment section below, and I will answer it because I am just that kind of person. I love answering questions, and they are fantastic. I have a lot of experience in this game. I'm level 113, and I stayed at 110 for about like 2 weeks or something. So I have somewhere around 350 hours, so I kind of know what I'm talking about when it comes to this game. If you made it to this part of the video, please put the word broken in your comment in the comment section below so that I know that you watched the video all the way to the end and are the best viewer and or subscriber ever. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It would really help me and my channel out. That is all. I'm going to show you how to turn your head in helicopters and jets. Now, you can use this method to turn your head in other vehicles that won't let you turn your head, but this is primarily used in jets and helicopters. And how you do that is you press and hold up on your D-pad